All right, Long Ranchers of Utah. It's a very, very exciting day. I finally picked up an STM stainless steel tumbling kit. So I got it here. This is not the tumbler that they've had for years. This is actually STM's own production of their own tumbler. It's called the Extreme. I guess it's the Rebel by Extreme Tumblers. So I'm very excited to open this up and run through my first batch of tumbled media using stainless steel. Let's go ahead and open it up and see what we have inside. Hopefully I can get all this on the video. So, looks like we got frequently asked questions, instructions on the back from STM. Looks like we've got a band of some kind. I believe they said this was a spare for the wheel that turns the tumbler. We have our 5 pounds of stainless tumbling media from STM. Little rods. It's heavier than it looks. We have a 12-ounce bottle of Lemi-Shine. You can pick this up directly from STM. They also sell it at Walmart, pretty much any grocery store. It's an additive for your dishwasher. Keep your glasses and things sparkling clean. So their recommendation is to add a little bit of this to the mixture to get that nice shine that we all expect out of STM. So there is the barrel, I guess you'd call it, cylinder. He told me that the parts are inside the cylinder. So I'll open it up here. See what we have inside. So there's the metal cover with a rubber gasket on the inside, then it has these little plastic nuts. I assume there's more than 2. Packing material here. Get this out. This would appear to be the motor. Yep, there it is. Looks to be some assembly required. So we have a 1/30th horsepower electric motor. Like we have some gears as well as the rest of the nuts to hold the sill on. And then he said a new addition to the tumbler is these little rubber legs. The first edition did not have those, so that's a new upgrade. And then once again another one of the belts, drive belts. And that's everything that comes in the drum itself. So I assume that underneath this piece of foam here is going to be the base of the tumbler. Oh, looks like you take this inner box out. And down here, take this out. Box out of the way. We have the base and motor mount for the tumbler, as well as some instructions. And there is the base. So this is where the drive bell attaches, this is where the motor goes, and then this is just the other roller that the drum rotates on. So I'll take a look at the instructions and we'll get her assembled. So I'm going to take and go through one more time everything that was included in the kit. We have the drum itself, we have the lid, it has the See 6 nuts for the outside as well as 1 extra one, it appears. There's 4 legs for the base. There is a gear attachment here for the motor. This will slip on the end of the motor drive shaft here, and that will connect up with the drive belts here. I don't know that each kit comes with 2 of these. He may have just thrown an extra one in for me. I'm not exactly sure, so that may be one difference. It does come with a very small Allen wrench for attaching the little, what would you call this here? I'm blanking on this little sucker to that guy right there, to the drive shaft of the electric motor. So then you've got your instruction manual, you've got your electric motor, you've got your 12-ounce can of Lemi-Shine, and then you have the base for the tumbler, and then of course the smaller instructions from STM. So this is more assembling the tumbler. This is how to use the tumbler and the stainless tumbling media, and then of course you have your 5-pound bag of media. So that's everything that comes in the kit. So the first step in the instructions is to take the electric motor with the cord facing down and mount it to the base. So you set that in there just like that. It does come with 5 of these small lock nuts, assuming there's 1 extra as the idea. So I'm going to go ahead and screw these on here, and then I've got a 11/32 appears to be the size of it to go ahead and tighten those on. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll come back. Get it on there far enough to turn it, I think. Barely lets me get it in there. So keep that in mind if you have a little small crescent wrench, or you may have to kind of jerry rig something like this, given the length of those bolts. I don't have the huge amount of tools here in my shop, so having that small little wrench is something I just didn't have. But this works just fine. Tightened on there. I assume you want that tight as it's going to be moving around and getting warm, so I'm just doing it kind of a hand tight. Move on to step 2. So now I'm going to install the motor pulley, that's what it's called, to the end of the drive shaft of the motor here, using the little Allen wrench that's included. So I'm going to loosen up that little set screw that's there, and then the shaft here does have one side that's flat. That's the side that the little set screw is going to be on. And then I'm going to start this at the top and then rotate it around. He did warn me that these are very tight, and so they can be a little tricky to get on, but wasn't so bad. So he did say to line this up and keep it parallel, nice and straight with the other pulley there. And then once you achieve that, then to go ahead and tighten up that little set screw. Voila! Just like that. Okay. There is 1 extra nut, as I mentioned before. So it's not included on the instructions, as these are a new add-on feature to the tumbler, but obviously you want to come in and put these legs in. It does have a nut on there where you can adjust the height of the legs so that they're all even. I'm just going to screw that in there. Don't worry too much about the height of it at the moment. Just try to eyeball it, get them close. I'll adjust it later to ensure that it's nice and level and won't vibrate. So now that I've got the legs on there, I think that's it. I went ahead and adjusted them so it was nice and level, wasn't wobbly. One thing to note, because those legs are adjustable to the surface that you've got this sitting on, you might want to pick a place in your shop or your reloading bench that's, and always put it in the same place to make sure that it, you don't have to readjust those legs every time. But that's it, very simple. You attach the motor, attach the pulley, make sure that this little pulley is attached here and the belt is attached, and then do the legs on the bottom, and that's it. Pretty simple. And then of course it does have a spare nut and for the top of the cylinder, and then also one for the motor mount